Good morning, Panthers. I'm Camden.
And my name is Justin.
And this is Tech Tuesday. Welcome back. Sony has recently released the PSVR 2 for the PS5. It features an improved camera with a wider view angle and more accurate motion sensing. The resolution is also higher at 4K 120Hz as opposed to the original PSVR being 1080p. The new DDR5 RAM has been out for quite a while now and has quite a few problems. Many users are having issues such as no boot or XMP profiles not working after upgrading from DDR4 RAM. As expected with early adoption of new tech, there are always going to be problems, which will be fixed as development continues. With the release of Windows 11, Microsoft has made it clear that their new OS is made specifically for newer hardware. As expected, many people are upset at the supposed sudden need to buy a new PC. However, this may no longer be necessary. A few people have successfully installed and ran Windows 11 on 15-year-old single-core Pentium 4 CPUs with 4 gigs of DDR2 RAM, effectively proving that the new requirements are completely ridiculous. Compared to one of the lowest officially supported CPUs, the Core i3-9100, the Pentium 4 661 is 95% slower. As expected, this has caused quite a stir, and in response, Microsoft has announced that revising the minimum requirements is under consideration. However, this will only add support down to 7th Gen Intel and Zen 1 AMD CPUs. For people who, like me, who are still using 3rd Gen Intel chips, Windows 10 will at least be supported for another 2 years. That's all I have to say. Now time for game releases.
So, I'm Justin, and I'm here with Camden.
It's time to talk about upcoming games. Starting off, Xbox has re-released Phantom Dust for the original Xbox as a 4K remaster on PC and Xbox One. Something interesting to note is that every game texture went unchanged, as original files had to be downscaled to work on the original Xbox, so none of them were recreated.
That's really odd.
Yeah.
But I don't understand, why would they downscale them then? In the first place?
The game textures were too high of a resolution for the original Xbox.
Good point, but yeah.
In the latest Minecraft snapshot for 1.20, armor trimmings have been added. This will allow customization of gold, iron, diamond, and netherite armor, as well as turtle shell helmets.
That seems pretty interesting for the fact of that's been released for like another 12 years now, right?
Armor's been out for a while.
Yeah. So I'm excited for the new Bayonetta game called Bayonetta Origins. Cirza and the Lost Demon. It seems to be a good art style, almost like Persona 5, and also wanted to talk about the new Fatal Frame game called Fatal Frame Mask of the Lunar Eclipse. It seems to be a remaster of the same game released on July 29th, 2014.
That's exciting. I hear that the Bayonetta game is really cool. All right, I've got nothing else to mention. Are we done here?
I think that's a bit it, but if you want to say anything else, you can. I don't really know.
Okay.
Now to our history segment.
It's time to talk about upcoming games. Starting off, Xbox has re-released Phantom Dust for the original Xbox as a 4K remaster on PC and Xbox One. Something interesting to note is that every game texture went unchanged, as the original files had to be downscaled to work on the original Xbox, so none of them were recreated. In the latest Minecraft snapshot for 1.20, armor trimmings have been added. This will allow customization of gold, iron, diamond, and netherite armor, as well as turtle shell helmets.
That seems pretty nice. They never had trimmings like that in most games that they've released before, right?
Yeah, trimmings are new in this version.
Yeah. So I'm here to talk about the new Bayonetta game, and it's new called Bayonetta Origins. Cirza and the Last Demon. It seems to be a good art style and almost like a Persona 5 remake, or Persona 5 art style for matter of fact. I also wanted to talk about the new Fatal Frame game called Fatal Frame Mask of the Lunar Eclipse. It seems to be also be a remaster of the same game release on July 29th, 2014.
That's exciting. I hear that the Bayonetta game is really cool. All right, I've got nothing else to mention. Are we done here?
I think we're done here. Yeah. Now it's time to move on to our history segment.
Hey, welcome back to the Tech History segment. Today, let's talk about colors. Not just any colors, but computer colors. When we mix colors together on a computer, we call that color addition, unlike painting, which we call color subtraction. The reasons why it's named like these is because if you were to mix all the colors together in color subtraction, you would get black because the colors take away from one another. While in color addition, you would get white because the colors add to one another. Color addition usually happens with light, while color subtraction usually happens to objects in the real and physical world. A computer uses an RGB scale to measure light colors on a computer. In every pixel, there are 3 lights: one red light, one green light, and one blue light. These turn on and add together to show a certain color. RGB stands for red, green, and blue, respectively. They go from a scale of 0 to 255. 0 meaning that there's no light of the chosen receptor being emitted, and 255 meaning that the color is fully on. Due to this, RGB becomes the primary color in light, or color addition. And in the real world, we use red, blue, and yellow as our primary colors. The computer also uses different color modules for printing as well. Oh my God, I'm going to restart that. Hold on. The computer also uses different color models for printing as well. One of the most popular color models used for color subtraction on the computer is called CMYK. CMY, or cyan, magenta, and yellow, being the 3 primary colors, and mixing them all together makes black, which is usually the key, hence the K in CMYK. That's it for our history segment.